What is going on, everybody? I'm bringing on right now one of the up and comers on the UIBL circuit that I got to see play. He's playing for Mocan Elite, one of the top, very well known UIBL programs. Isaac Harrell, how you doing, man?
Good, good. Glad to be here.
Awesome, man. Hey, I'm happy you're here too. I guess we get this interview started. I like to start things a little light note, almost just throwing out some random questions. So something we got to talk about, the elephant in the room. I don't know if the people watching, if you ever watch, know what my name is, but I know your name's Isaac, spelled the same way. My name's also Isaac. I mean, what's it like having that name? I mean, you like it? You might do like a name change, like Meta World Peace, or what you think about that?
Nah, I love it. Love it.
Yeah,
Don't know me,
dude.
Isaac, so it's cool.
Yeah, exactly. That's why my mom named me it because no one's like actually I feel I know a handful of Isaacs, but usually in my class I'm the only kid named Isaac, so it's not like I need to be called Isaac F or for your circumstance like people like oh this is Isaac H. Like I never had to deal with that, so it's always been nice.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know if this happens to you, but my name gets misspelled a lot. I'm always like the ISSAC kind of guy. Uh, I don't know if that happens to you. Do you deal with it? Do you like always correct them? Because I got to the point now I'm just like you know what man, like it is what it is.
If it's ISSAC, I won't say anything. But like I've got an ISIC, I mean IZIC. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with all that.
Yeah,
Then I have to correct them.
yeah. I know someone spells their name IZAK, which I only know one kid that spells it like that. But yeah, like now no one's ever really spelled it that, but like an ISIC, never heard of that before. But that sounds crazy. But yeah, it's actually kind of wild.
Yeah, that's that Arkansas stuff. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how popular that name is in Arkansas, but since you kind of bring up Arkansas, maybe where we want to start off the interview. Obviously, I wouldn't say you're the most well known prospect in the United States. Like I would say you're a little more of a under the radar guy. Being from Arkansas, I think that all has like a factor in your exposure, since I feel like a lot of Arkansas guys like do fly under the radar.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad. I mean, I would say we fly under the radar a little bit, but I think it's good for me to come in this summer not with all the hype and just play my game to like my ability and just let it come to me. So I
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing for me.
So then, what was that like for you? I guess playing, I don't know, was this your first year playing EYBL? And like, what was that like kind of coming from a player in Arkansas? Even though I guess you accomplished a lot, back to back state championships, obviously a big deal. Not many people get to win one. I mean, then even the fewer amount of people get to win just one state championship. So to win two, especially two in a row, you obviously, have done a lot there in that state, but still kind of EYBL where it's like the best of the best is there. Was that like something you never experienced?
Yeah, for sure. Especially the pace. The pace is a big part. You're playing everyone's running as hard as they can. Everyone's trying to prove that they're that guy for a program, a college program. So that was that's a big not really it is a big difference compared to the teams that we play in school ball. But I love it. I like playing fast.
Yeah. Did you feel like you had to make an adjustment to being EYBL, whether it's just knowing like this, almost having the pressure on your back with all these college coaches, or adjusting to like the higher level of players, or did it just feel just kind of natural?
Last summer on the UIBL, I was playing for the coaches, and that it doesn't work. That doesn't work out. Once you start playing for coaches, your mind goes to a different place, and your level of play drops. But this summer, I'm just playing to win, and then whenever you play to win, your game builds, and then the college coaches the I would think if I was a college coach, I would want to see a team winning games, not a team losing games. So
Yeah, definitely a fair point, because it's like when you're playing, I guess for the coaches, almost like you're so much just in your own head that
hmm
you're worried about like every time you do something bad, you're probably like super discouraged, and even if you're trying not to show it, like in the way you play after, like you do something bad, let's say on the court, it just shows like that negative energy is kind of sticks around with you. But then when you're more just playing more loose, just playing to try to win, kind of simplifying the game, like definitely I feel like one makes it easier in your head, but also it's like you're probably gonna do the right things as well because these coaches like I see tweets like they're not paying to get like a star player. Like they're just they want to win their games. Like
Yeah.
they're winning like depends on like their pay and everything like that. So definitely get where you're coming from.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like for me, I'm just trying to do what I know I can do. Like not play a game that's not my game. Just if I know that I'm playing my game, then I'm doing the most I can do to help the team win, and then everything else will just come on later.
Yeah. So what does it mean when like you're playing for coaches? Like are you like trying to be like Steph Curry out there or like what like how are you playing when you were trying to, impress the coaches?
Well, I mean, of course I want to make shots because I mean, I feel like a coach doesn't want a guy that isn't going to make shots or make the right play. But I mean, I would say all the reps that I put in just help me not think about it and just if I just go out there and think of it like a workout, if I practice how hard I need to play in the game, then it's not a big adjustment once I get out there.
Yeah, but like, I just kind of want to know, like, when you were on the court, let's say, last year for UIBL, how were you like how are you playing? Like, what made you different last year compared to this? Like, were you just trying to score as many points as possible? Was it almost just a whole mental thing where maybe you played the same both years, but this year you just feel a lot better about yourself? Like, how were you playing last year?
Last year I was playing. I was like, if I can get my points, then I'll be all right. I don't really care if we win or not. And then right after that season ended, the AU season ended, and I went back to like school ball, I realized like that doesn't. It's not. That's not how it works. It's you do what you can do in the time you have on the court, and if you happen to make shots and go for 15, 20, then great. But if you don't, try to impact the game in other ways, like rebounding or setting good screens.
Mhm. And I feel like you did that at least in the game I saw versus Team Final. I think you kind of scored the ball pretty consistently. It was nothing like crazy, but whenever you got an offensive rebound or just kind of got the ball down low, you're able to finish. Didn't seem like you were doing too much, which I kind of like. It was like a simplified game, and especially with your size, you guard the big man, you grab a lot of rebounds, all that stuff. I'm curious because you obviously didn't have like a monster, crazy like EYBL session one stat line where you're putting up like 20 and 10, like nothing crazy. But in my opinion, I was impressed. Like I like a player more like you compared to a guy that's like thinks he's good. That's like doing a bunch of dribble moves, then just chucking out a bunch of shots and misses. Like obviously what you did was much better than that. So like how do you think you did in this session one at EYBL?
I think I did pretty good for the first session with Mocan. I mean, that was my first that was my first games with them because I got cleared from a fractured wrist 2 days before that first session, so I hadn't played in a game in a month. So that was a big thing for me, just going out there and playing a simplified game and doing what Coach Perry wanted me to do, and then just letting everything else come to me.
Mm-hmm. Were you playing with Mocan Elite last year too, or was that a different EYBL team?
No, I was on the Woods last year, a
Okay,
team out of Arkansas.
all right. I'm
But
not gonna. I never heard of them before, but
hmm
I guess it's kind of Arkansas kind of thing. But it's funny because I look kind of an awkward moment. But I remember I was waiting to talk to you and interview some of the players. I listened to your whole coaches huddle thing, and like I feel like those give me better questions. Luckily, like it always benefits me when I'm in their huddle. It's always so awkward because I know like I feel like I should. It's not like I'm like gonna tweet out like, oh, coach said this about this player, but like I got to hear their things. And he kind of mentioned like you yelling at the guys like like, don't be selfish, like it's all about yourself, this is a team thing, whatever. So I just felt like it was so funny how last you were saying about last year, like you were almost what your coaches didn't want. I guess would you say I guess maybe you're not one of the guys doing that on the Mocan Elite team. Like, do you think that you're really able to excel on Mocan Elite just because you have the mentality that the coaches want you to have? Because everything he was screaming at the players for at the end of that game was, everything you said you were doing last year.
Yeah, I mean, the culture is a big thing with Mocan, and I would say the culture this year is a lot different than it was last year. Last year, everyone on the team wanted to get their buckets, and if we won, great. If we lost, okay. But this year, it's more winning focus. Like, everything we do is to win games. Like, the details, every detail matters to win a game. So I would say that I'd change, especially like even when I started practicing with Mocan. Like from the first practice, I could tell like my mindset, my headspace is gonna have to change to a more team based AU schedule. Because like on school ball, I'm completely team based, but in AU, I've never had that mindset in AU. Ex, well, this year was the first year I've had to have that mindset.
Yeah. But the thing with AAU though is like AAU, that's almost a chance for you to get that exposure during the high school season. All the college coaches, they're all in their own season, so they're not going to your games to watch you
Hmm.
play. It's more just like you're doing your high school thing. Then AAU's when all the college coaches, their season's done, they're able to come in. Like I was like blown away. I'd never gone to like EYBL in general, so I was blown away just by that. But like I never seen a live period before. Basically every school was there. Like it was freaking nuts. I still can't believe like the amount of people I was in the same room as. But like, why are you okay with almost AU being more of a team thing? Because also to be the little devil's advocate, like AU's meant for you to just show the coaches what you can do and not just be passive and just help the team out.
Yeah, I would say like if I understand the going to like get buckets thing, but I mean I feel like the coaches want people that can play in a system. Like that's a fit. It's a big thing. I would imagine for college coaches, and I just want to be able to prove that I can fit into a college program and show that like I can adjust to however I need to play. However the coach wants me to play, that's how I'm gonna play.
Yeah. I want to stop shot myself. Like for anyone, if everyone ever sees this, I was thinking like, man, this guy Isaac, as in me, Isaac, like thinks, hey, you should just be a bunch of people getting buckets. Like, no, I like the more system stuff. I hate actually like high school basketball more because it's more like I guess the way Mo can elite is why I like high school basketball more. But I'm just being devil's advocate, like doing that in my interviews. So I just wanna clear that up. I definitely like the more systemized kind of play. But I mean, continuing on, what about like playing in a system, but you're not just playing in a system where like you're like the top guy, like you're playing on a team of Mocan Elite where I think like John Bull's like a 5 star or something like that. I think Trey Green might be ranked top 60. I know, not gonna lie, I forgot his name. I know it's either Bay Fall or damn
Omaha,
or
Omaha Blue.
yeah, him. I don't know why, but I mix both those guys up. I don't know why I always have. But yeah, so or him. I forgot which one's on the team, but you guys are obviously loaded. So what's like playing in a system where you're not the guy on your team. You're like one of the more role players now.
Yeah, it's a change for sure, especially from school ball. But I think that's what's gonna like set me apart from other people in AU for college coaches, just to know that I can be that guy or I can be the role player. Just whatever I need to be, I'm glad to be that and perform.
Yeah, and for you personally, I think I don't know if you started the whole time, but did you start the game I watched first team final? I feel like you did.
I did not. I no, I did not start a game. No.
All right, but like regardless though, like you played enough that I was like, oh, okay, this kid's like pretty good. It wasn't like you just played like 2 minutes. I think you might have scored. I don't know why. I feel like you might have scored 8 points, but I don't know. I feel like you might have scored more or less.
I
I
might.
don't really,
I
I
I
don't
think I
really.
might have like 11 that game, 10 or
Yeah,
11. I
whatever.
don't
Eight,
know.
like I don't know, it was like eight. It was like 8 through 12, something like that. So obviously you played enough where you were able to make an impact, as you could say. But I mean, I was talking to a coach. I think if it wasn't during that game, it was on that court, and I asked him because I think that playing UIBL gives you the most exposure. But I guess I was asking him, he was like, so would you guys recruit a player that's the bench player on the EYBL team that is not playing at all? Or would you rather like tell a guy to, go be a star on like a non-circuit team? And he said go be a star on a non-circuit team. So I was a little surprised about that, but like, why do you think that playing UIBL and playing for Mocan Elite was the right move for you? Because if you were probably on a team that like, wasn't on any sort of circuit, whether it's EYBL, the UAA, 3SSB, like you'd probably be scoring like 20 to 40 points a game. So why'd you choose to, play that role on Mocan Elite instead?
Well, like I said, I'm a big fit guy, and I think that whenever I got asked to be on a team, the way they explained it to me and said it was going to be more like college based, like the practices I ran like college practices. Everything we do is like a college team would do. So I said, if anything's going to prepare me for college, I want to take that and I want to do the best I can in that. And I think that's why Mocan was really the only choice for me.
Mm-hmm. And we mentioned like, being from Arkansas, those guys kind of fly under the radar. I mean, you literally just received your first offer like, a week or two ago. What's it like, kind of seeing that pay off where you finally receive your first Division I offer?
Yeah, it was a great feeling. I mean, just knowing that like someone's taking note of what I'm doing, and if anything, it made me want to work harder because that's a great feeling.
Mm-hmm. So what are the goals now for the rest of UIBL? Of course, now you got a first offer, so you maybe like chillax about that. But are you just trying to stay consistent, like do basically the same thing you did session one? Are you trying to do a little more in these future sessions? Like what are now the goals for you?
Yeah, I would say for the end game, I would like to average 7 rebounds a game, increase my rebounds, especially offensive rebounds. I think that shows that I can get in the paint and bang around a little bit. And then like team goals, I would say continue to win games, just stay consistent, not get too high, not get too low as a team, and just continue to win, and then hopefully win a Peach Jam championship.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you guys are 4-0, which I don't know. Is that like a big? I asked the players actually in the interview, but like, is that a big deal to be 4-0 after session one, or usually like does it start to even out after the later sessions?
I would say it's a pretty big deal for now. Just considering we put ourselves in a good position with being 4-0 and then our point differential, we're plus 60 right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if we happen to lose a game and it's by 5, we could still be first in our group just based on points. So I would say we're in a pretty good spot right now, but we just have to stay consistent, keep on doing what we're doing.
Yeah. I'm curious. I mean, unfortunately, I would have loved to go to Indiana for that. I would have loved to go to every session. I mean, UIBL was probably one of the best experiences of my life. I would say it was freaking awesome. I still can't believe I was there. But I think you guys actually played Drive Nation at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Is that a game that is maybe a little more anticipated compared to the other ones? Because I mean, you guys are 4-0. I think Drive Nation's like 3-1. A lot of people are saying Drive Nation is going to win it all this year. So is that a game you guys have been really just preparing for, or have you not really even thought about them yet?
I mean, I've definitely thought about it. I've looked at the schedule and seen all that. I mean, it's gonna be a dogfight for sure. I mean, we watched them play. They were playing before us on a court, and we saw what they're talented. They're really talented. So just going in, and I think not getting. I mean, there'll be coaches there for sure for that one. So not worrying about anything, and just worrying about our own game and just doing what we can do and let everything work itself out. But I think that'll be a great game for sure.
I feel like what makes them scary too, especially for you guys, not to like scare you or anything, but like when I was watching them, I feel like they kind of played in a system too. Like their coach was just yelling out like, these plays on defense, these plays on offense, and I was like, damn, like this team is this talented, and they're also being ran like this, and not just kind of like blew me away too. But I do agree. I think it'll be a close game for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, it'll be fun for sure playing against another team that's really like ran well, and I know the Drive Nations ran really well, so it'll be fun for sure.
Yeah. Is there a team that you're either playing like right like I guess in a couple of days in Indiana that you guys are really excited to play against, or a team that you're excited to play against in the future, or even a team that maybe you already played in session one that you're hoping play again or something like that? Are there any teams like that you guys really want to play?
No, I haven't really thought about it all that much. I I don't even know who we play the third or fourth session. I just kind of look at the weekend ahead of us and take it one game at a time.
Yeah. Are there any teams though like I said are just a part of UIBL? Even like if you happen to never play them, I don't know if that's like even possible with UIBL, but there's like a team that you want to play. Like if you could pick your schedule, you're like I really want to face this team and compete against them.
Oh yeah, I'll probably pick Team Thad again. One of my high school teammates is on Team Thad now, so I want to play against him. He said he was going to try to dunk on me, so we'll have to see how that goes.
I think that game would be pretty solid. I don't know. I mean I don't want to say like you guys are gonna crush them or like whatever. Like I think every UIBL game like could be like pretty close in general, but I think it'd be a solid game. I don't know because you guys got wait who's the guy that was missing on your team that wasn't there? Because I know
Omaha Blue.
yeah okay, oh I don't know how to say his last name, but yeah, so Omaha Blue obviously wasn't there. But I guess with him like I don't know if he's coming back now, but like how scary you guys are gonna be with him coming back? I think it's gonna be like a complete game changer.
Uh, yeah, I think he'll. Of course, he's super talented. He's uber talented, really athletic, strong. But I think the biggest thing he brings to the team is his leadership and his like he's played in the system. So for the new guys like me, like he can kind of tell me what I need to do if he has any advice. So I think any advice or leadership will help.
Mm-hmm. And we don't need to talk about, I guess, Mo Canley unless they fall into the thing again. I think we're kind of good with that. Let's kind of head maybe a little more about school in terms of high school basketball. And also, I mean, school in general. I think at a 4.0 GPA, I don't know if that's like unweighted with all A's or if, weighted or whatever. Regardless, when you're over a 4.0, whether it's, unweighted, weighted, whatever, that's pretty smart. I mean, it's how you're able to, get it done in the classroom.
It's a struggle sometimes for sure, but I would say just trying to get it done. Just get it done. That's all I got. That's all I think about is if I can get it done, then I can go do other things. But I got to get it done first. And you know, if I turn it in and I think I did good, then I probably did good. So that's all I kind of think about.
Yeah. Well, what about in terms of like, studying for tests? Like, I feel like assignments, that's almost like some teachers, I feel like, I don't know if it's like that at your school, but I feel like there's kind of grade the assignments, like everyone gets in 100 as long as put in like some effort, whether you put in like the most in your class, 100, or you put like the least, as long as you put in effort, so you get in 100. But it's like those tests and those quizzes that really affect your grade. I mean, how do you balance out like studying for those? Or are you just more, naturally smart, you're able to kind of just go in and like wing it and do well? Or, how are you able to do well on that? Because that's like, kind of like a really big piece to doing well in your classes.
Yeah, the study guides. We get study guides sometimes.
Oh
So
yeah,
if I fill those out and study those, then I'll be all right. But if we don't have a study guide, I'll read over notes every now and then and just kind of go in and just do what I know. You know,
yeah,
pray for the best.
yeah. I don't want to say like I have it like harder than you do, but like I study guides, man. Like if all my teachers gave me study guides, I mean, well, it kind of depends. Like some of the study guides are like kind of fake, where it's like you think it's gonna be on the study guide, and then it's like a whole new thing, and you get kind of mad. But for the teachers, I would give the study guides like the same thing as a test. But I'd be balling, bro.
Oh
I
yeah, those
I'd
are the
be
best.
balling out. Yeah,
Love those teachers.
yeah. Those are always the best. I'm curious with that 4.0 GPA. I think that does open more doors for you in terms of going to other colleges, even some like colleges that aren't D1 but that are just super like high academic. But I guess just to stick to the D1 kind of thing, is playing going to an Ivy League school. I know they don't give scholarships, but I guess they kind of like help out with financial aid or something like that. I mean, is that an idea you're open to? Like, would it be super cool for you to play at an Ivy League school?
I think it would be a great opportunity for sure, especially the like after college. If I don't go play pro anywhere, that'll set me up for life, because I'll learn so much. So just think about it as not just basketball. I want to go to a place where I can build relationships and then, be the best I can be later on in life.
Yeah. Well, what's your favorite class in school?
I don't know. I'm in AP chemistry right now. I like it. It's hard though. It's really hard, but I enjoy it.
But that sounds kind of terrible. Yeah, but I'm like not a science guy at all. More of like a history, language arts kind of guy. So I never do like an AP anything science. Damn, bro, that sounds horrendous.
Yeah, it was a struggle the first semester. It just I never taken something that hard, but it was a good challenge. It's a good challenge.
Yeah. So since you're kind of like I don't know, are you trying to do something like with science like as your major in college, or are you still like undecided with that?
I haven't really decided. I thought about something like psychology or pharmacy, something like that. That's kind of what I've been leaning towards right now, but a lot can change.
Yeah, and I mean you do have I guess plenty of time with figuring that out. You probably don't need to know that from like I would say like you probably have over a year to figure that out, so nothing to really worry about. But transitioning into the high school basketball side of things, you won back to back state champions. Obviously, it's a big deal. I just want to break down the first one. So you win it in your sophomore year. I was kind of like I don't know how it was in Arkansas, but everywhere else it was like a very interesting year for every state. I feel like a lot of canceled games. Some teams like some states probably didn't have a season at all. What was like being able to win the state championship in that year where it was like a very weird season.
Yeah, it was a little weird just considering like we wouldn't have a ton of fans at our games, so we kind of have to generate our own energy. But I think that was a great challenge for us that like that kind of prepared us for this year, like away games where we didn't have fans because we just knew how to do it. It's like it's a routine. So whenever you can build your own energy as a team, then everything else, it's just like playing at home. You know, if we build the energy to where we believe in ourselves enough to go out there and perform, then who's gonna stop us?
Yeah, more of a random question about like I guess the playing without fans, everything like that. Like right in the Corona games, I don't know how the benches were, but like at least at my school's games, at my high school, they set them up like the NBA ones was like more spaced out. I kind of like
Hmm.
that. I thought it was kind of nice. You get your own little. The one bad part was like if you're in the back, you're like a little bit far away from if you're in that front row. But kind of having that like space, kick your feet out. You can put your arms like all the way out. Like you're not gonna hit anybody. I don't know. Do you almost kind of prefer that instead of being like right on top of your teammates when you're sitting on the bench?
Uh, I don't know. I kind of like being real. Like if someone gets a dunk, like we're all jumping. Like I like being close like that. It,
Yeah.
it was I didn't really like we had to wear masks on the bench, and that wasn't very fun last year.
I think if you think about it this way though, like if a player gets a dunk or something like that, you have all that room to celebrate. Like
Yeah,
it's like
that's
so much
true.
more because when you're just in that straight line, like if you like move any bit, you're like basically on the court, like tangle foul possibilities, whatever. But if you're like in that bench, you could run around, like you guys could do like laps around the whole thing, like it's like
Right.
a lot more spacious.
Lay down and do a few push-ups.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's I think it's I mean I definitely like kind of hated it. I do like the closeness together because you get more energy from the bench. I feel like that way. It's not like guys are super far away. But I feel like it has maybe if you were like like 8 feet tall, you might like that option a little more. Get more space for your legs. But thinking
Yeah,
about it, actually kind of both solid, I guess you could say.
yeah. I wouldn't mind either way now. Now that
Yeah.
I've done both of them.
Mhm. Uh, now I guess this year, winning a state championship. Now you're an upperclassman, you're a junior, probably even more of a role. What was like getting the job done this year?
Uh, it meant a lot for sure because the seniors this year, they were great leaders. Like they pushed me like crazy. Like they knew that I could be really good, so they held me accountable, which is awful in the moment because you're just getting yelled at by your teammates. But like now that I look back at it, it was really good for me, and I think it'll help me do that to the juniors this year, and then hopefully those kids can do it to the kids next year, and then it'll just be a continuous cycle of that.
And next year, I mean, that's your senior year, so you're really kind of going to be that guy of the team that you mentioned. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to say, we have like a great chance, whatever. I mean, like, but I'm still going to ask anyways, like, how good of a chance do you think you guys have of, winning your third straight state title?
I think we have a really good chance. I mean, we lost 5 guys, but I mean all the kids in my class, like they if they haven't played a ton of varsity minutes last year or the year before, like they know what it's gonna take because practicing against the varsity guys every day, just getting absolutely beat up every day. I mean, they know what we'll be ready. We'll be ready for sure. And we have great coaches, so I don't think I don't think it'll be much of a change. I think we'll get it done again.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you a would you rather. So, would you rather win three state championships, but it's your freshman, sophomore, junior year. Then your senior year, you guys like, maybe lose like first round of playoffs, something like that, like just like a mid season. Or would you rather win just one? So remove the two you already won. You only won one, but it was your senior year.
Oh man, that's hard. Uh, Probably the three. Just I'd rather win 3 in a row than just one. So that sounds better
Yeah,
for sure.
I think I'm gonna go with the one because I feel like in the three seasons. I mean, they could be. Think about it this way: they could be three like state runner ups. So your freshman, sophomore year, you're like state runner up. You're so determined, and your senior year, final time to do it, and you get it done. I mean, that's like it's making me cry thinking about it. I think I would go with the or even if it's just a terrible season, the first three, that almost makes it just as good winning the final one. So I think I'd go with the final one. I think that'd be my take.
Yeah, it would be cool being like going out on a win like that. You just go to school the next day thinking, yeah, I did that. Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be cool.
but
I
also
think
like to win three though. I'm assuming you're about to say like that is a big deal too. Like not many people. I said this. Not many people win one. And then I said like even less amount of people win two. I mean, winning three in a row is like kind of, and that's like a dynasty kind of thing that you were able to be a part of too.
yeah, for sure. There was a at Jonesboro. We're not the first back-to-back team. The 17 and 18 team went back to back. So I think personally, if we win 3 in a row, I think my class would be the best class to ever come through Jonesboro High School. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm curious like about your class. I mean, how is it looking for your senior year? Like are there like a bunch of seniors? Is obviously a big deal. Are you like kind of like one of the only guys, only like a couple of you guys? I mean, how many seniors are going to be on this team next year? 'Cause that's kind of important.
We'll have we'll have 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
No,
that's pretty good then. That's a
7.
good.
6 or 7. I think uh, it's 7. 7, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
definitely a good squad. I mean I'm assuming that every year like you guys obviously add a good amount of seniors. I feel like a lot of teams that win states do have a lot of seniors, but like how's that possible to have so many like seniors all on the team? Like, is it more just a culture of the school where it's like the sophomores and um, sophomores and freshmen you're going to be playing JV like don't try to get on varsity, or is it a coincidence? Like, how do you think guys are always going to have such a good group of seniors?
I would say like most of the guys that whenever they started that they started on JV. So every day in practice, they're guarding the first group, like getting those reps, and those reps are real valuable. Like those reps mean a lot. They might be awful in the moment, which I mean I couldn't imagine having to do that, especially with the team we had last year, and especially the team we had this year. So like all those guys are gonna come in hungry. They wanna play. They feel like it's their time. So it, I think we'll be good. We'll be good.
Did you ever play JV, or were you always on varsity since your freshman year?
My high school, our ninth grade is considered junior high. So
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, that's cool.
so ninth grade, I got pulled up at the end of the year, like after my high school season, or after my junior high season, but the JV season was over. So I was on varsity, but like I didn't get in. Like I was the end of the bench guy, waving a towel, clapping. And then my sophomore year, I played I think two JV games just to like get used to the speed and the strength. And then after that, I didn't play anymore JV.
Mm.
So
So obviously, like you did, technically speaking, you did play some JV basketball, and that I feel that's like a big deal for a guy that's playing EYBL that has a Division 1 offer. It's not really the most common thing to play JV ever for those top players, I would say. So, well, when you were playing JV, I mean, did you think in your head like I'm going to be like this good? I'm gonna get Division 1 offers one day and play UIBL, where you may be thinking like, I just want to win a state championship even if I never get to play. Like, what kind of expectations do you really have for yourself when you were playing JV?
I mean, whenever I got first told that I was gonna play a game of JV, it was like, this sucks. I don't want to be here. But then like I realized like this is a great opportunity to show that I can score. Like I think one game I had like 15 points in the first quarter, and then I like didn't miss a shot in JV game. So it was a good confidence booster too. I don't think it hurt at all. I think it was good overall for me.
Yeah, for sure. Well, anyways, man, I think that's really all we got to talk about on this interview. Definitely appreciate you for coming on. We kind of have a tradition that I've been doing. I done it for every single one except for one where the kid's phone died. So I had to do it by myself. But basically, we're both gonna say a one word that kind of summarizes the interview. I like to put the guys in the spot. So I'm gonna say one word. You can go one word. So I'll go first. I think mine. I think I'm gonna go with I kind of want to go with nice because I feel like one, pretty nice guy. But I feel like also, you're on a MoCan Elite, EYBL, so that's nice. And then also, I feel like there's, a lot of things we could talk about. Back-to-back state champs. You got the good grades. You have Division 1 offers. Playing EYBL. We have the same name, a lot of stuff. So I think there's just a lot of nice things for me to talk about too. So I think that'd be my word.
Yeah, I think mine would be. Uh, can it be two words?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It could be two.
I was gonna say unfinished business.
Oh, I like that.
We
I like that.
like where I'm not content with where I'm at right now. I think I have a lot more to prove. So, going and showing that this weekend and then in school ball next year and just showing what I have.
Hmm. Yeah, that word was probably I think the best one I've gotten because the other ones have been a little more like a little more cheesy. I've gotten like I'm blessed talking about all my accomplishments or like I don't know. Or I'll say a word and someone will say like a simile of that word and I'm just like I just go like good word, man. And like I'm kind of happy they didn't say like blessed again, but I was like, yeah, okay, that was probably the most original we've gotten. So I definitely other guys have been like, oh, like they'd be like fun because I had a fun time doing the interview. And I'm like thank you, I appreciate it. But that one was definitely the best one I've gotten so far.
Well,
So I'm
thanks.
pretty happy with that. But
Thank you.
anyways, man, I appreciate you coming on, letting me interview you. Definitely means a lot. Make sure you guys give us both a follow on Instagram. His is at Isaac W. Harrell, and I'm at iHoopsFL. And anyways, for 6A 2023 wing at Jonesboro High School, and I'm MoCan Elite, Isaac Harrell. I'm Isaac Fleischer, and this has been another iHoops Effort interview. Peace out, guys.